What's up, guys? It's your boy, the Badwolf. Alright, so this particular video is about creating a nation of one. What does that mean? Okay, so we talked about setting up your house as being a micronation. Okay, so this is kind of related to that. So there's a guy on Facebook who's very knowledgeable. In some areas, probably even more so knowledgeable than me, but he doesn't like to make videos and stuff. So I kind of learned some stuff from him as we go. And some of the case laws and things that he was bringing up is that back in the old days, each individual U.S. national or state citizen, so-called then, basically was their own nation. They were a nation of one underneath the United States of America. So what does that really mean? So basically you were saying that you were sovereign. You were saying that you were a sovereign nation. Some of them had names for their house to declare that this is their nation. They notified the state and whoever else, the Department of State, the mayor, they went down to the city recorder's office and had it recorded that they are their own nation. Now, unless any of them refute that information, which 9 times out of 10 they're not going to because you have that right, you just don't know it. They're not going to fight you on it, and you are your own nation. So when you have dealings with these people, you can refer to yourself as this nation. So what I do when I do mail a letter out, like even to the FBI and whoever else, like I put on there Lovitica, the nation, Lord James, love it, on there, my address, and then I put city, state, no zip code, and then I put like a dash and say real land USA. And what's awesome is 9 times out of 10, that's how they respond, because I'm telling them, this is who I am, this is how I want to be recognized and known as, and so they'll respond that way. Because I'm not going to say you're commanding their respect, but you're presenting the information that this is how you should be addressed. Okay, so be a nation of one. Get your passport done. Don't forget that as a nation of one, that there's lots of little benefits, especially like if you get your ITIN numbers, you become tax exempt, you can do a revocation of election so you don't have to pay federal taxes. And anybody in your household, you can put them on your document to basically say, hey, this is Queen whoever, this is King whoever, my son Prince whatever, or Lord this, whatever. And I know I haven't talked about this in a while, so I'm going to bring this back up because somebody else just emailed me about it, but don't sleep on Ladonia. Don't forget, that's a country over a micronation in Sweden that's recognized, where you can get. I mean, you can do it for yourself here, but it's also nice to be recognized outside. In multiple countries, you can be known as a lord, and it's free. I think it's Ladonia.org, org, or it might be com. I'm not really sure. I haven't been there in a while. But I'm Lord James over there. But I also was knighted here in the ranks of the Templars. So in fact, you are who you say you are. So if you contact them, I think it's like maybe 15 or 20 bucks on Ladonia's website where you can get your status as a noble or a lord or a sir or whatever it is through them. And I know some people might be like, well, how does that really help me? Blah, blah, blah. Well, you're claiming another citizenship. They're giving you citizenship through their micronation for free. Most places don't do that. So, like I said, I would say get it. Most places are going to charge you, or it's a wait, and then they charge you. Some places are, the lowest I've seen really was like $1,000 or a couple $1,000 to get a citizenship in most other places. So, that's an option. So, be a nation of one. Okay, conduct yourself accordingly. Start setting up everything around you that, hey, this is my nation. How you travel, how get it declared with the Department of State through your passport. Anything you want to declare, you put in that passport for to be so that it's out in the public and they can't say that it was never out there and it wasn't available. So that's really about it, guys. The nation of one is just basically you understanding that you are your own nation. Okay, you are your own state, and so stop acting like U.S. citizens, but if you don't, then they're going to treat you as such. All right? When you're foreign to them, they don't have jurisdiction over you, okay, as your own nation, unless you allow them to pull you into their jurisdiction. So it's not about being above the law or this, that, or the other. So, for those enforcement people out there who are like, you're not above the law. No one's saying you're above the law. You're not above the law, okay? For those out there who do bad with their particular ranks and whatnot, it's about being in a foreign jurisdiction, okay? If somebody is outside of a different jurisdiction, you don't have jurisdiction over them, okay? No one has jurisdiction over you unless you give it to them, and you give it to them by infringing on someone's rights. That goes for everybody. Depriving somebody of their rights, doing damage to a U.S. citizen or anybody, doing damage to property. Okay, you do any of these things and you're pulling yourself into whoever's jurisdiction. Okay, so if they hurt you, damage you, detain you without lawful reasoning, okay, not just because they want to bother you, because those are charges. You can file charges against them. They've damaged you. That's why in my letters to the court, I'm like, hey, this guy held me here for an hour for no good reason. I identified who I am, and I've sent them bills. You know what I mean? On there, like, hey, you guys we can either work this out and you can drop this. I'll pay your fines, but you got to pay my fines. Okay? And I tell you, when I add mine up, and it's like $500,000, they tend to not really want to play with you so much, okay? It's not about being a dick to these people, but at the same time, you have to command your respect and let them know where your jurisdiction are. But you have to understand, most of them are used to everybody being U.S. citizens and not even knowing their rights. So of course they're going to treat you like anybody else unless you let them know who you are and your status. If not, then you're going to get handed just what they ink stamp, okay? But they're profiting off of you, all right? If you really want to know what's up, follow the money. See where your ticket money really goes. You think that ticket money goes to repair the streets? You think all that money is going to charities down the block? Where does the money go? Who's getting it? All right, start asking those questions. Stop being sheep. Wake the up. Okay? That's about it, guys. Check out the information down below. Have yourselves a great day. Talk to you later. Badwolf, over and out.